But thank you all for coming. This is a really great venue to have this at. I know it's a super cool space to be here in Chattanooga. So just wanted to talk about a bit on why we do Coffee Break. And it's because the idea is just to bring folks together. It's all about community. And I think we've really built that here over the past year and some change, which has been really incredible. So have got to meet a bunch of really incredible folks just through this event. And it's great to see all the familiar faces return, and then also some new ones pretty much every event that we have. And also a mission for Coffee Break is to support a bunch of different folks. So like nonprofits, business owners, creatives, and then also resources. So we're gonna go ahead and ask if you're a creative, raise your hand just so we can get the idea. Awesome. If you're a small business owner, raise your hand. A business professional, if you like work for a small business or any business, raise your hand. Perfect. And then a resource for the community, love it. Nonprofit. Awesome. So as you guys can see, there's a healthy mix of all of those different categories. So it's great for us to just all come together in one spot, enjoy coffee and each other's time. So it's great. I'm going to hand it over to Chris here for some announcements and some more stuff. Thanks, y'all.
All right. Thank you, Dylan. Normally this is Nate's job, but he's recovering from the flu, finally out of it. So we didn't want to push him, so I'm going to do the shout out. So if I do this wrong, it's his fault. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so first of all, how cool is this space, right? Like, this is awesome. We got to come to the grand opening, what was that, like 2-3 months ago at this point? And it was so cool, and it's just like, I feel like when you're growing up and you're thinking about like, what businesses can do that's cool and like to the ultimate level, and like where they not only get to do what they're doing, but they get to like tie in sustainability, just like long-term thinking, and just like all of the check boxes that are most usually unattainable, but like when you do it like super right, you get to check those. And so this is just the front of this place, but like it's this insanely cool labyrinth of like warehouse space and offices and 3D printing and bicycles and just basically like a scientist's dream back there. And it's really cool, and they have like geothermal heating, and like the water tower out there does stuff that I didn't take enough classes to know. But yeah, so this place is cool, and when we got here, they were like, hey, we've got mugs for you because we don't want to use like disposables. I'm like, that's so cool. Now we don't have to use those, and we have really cool mugs. It works cool. So this place is awesome, and this is what I think every small business dreams it could be one day. I know for us, we're like, man, if we could have a really cool space like this, that would be cool, especially if we don't have to pay utility bills. So. But yeah, so I'm going to do shout outs now. First off, Joshua over there with the camera with Jam Sessions Productions. Yeah. Joshua's one of the coolest people in Chattanooga. Check him out on Instagram. So, then we have our musician, Sam Stedman. Sam, where are you? You want to come talk? We've heard his singing voice, and now we get to hear his speaking voice too. Where you're at?
Oh, my name is Sam Stedman. I'm originally from Ringgold, Georgia. Only like not lived in Chattanooga for like 2 years, but yeah, I play local live music all around. Sometimes it's a full band, and sometimes it's what you just saw. And I write my own stuff. It's all on the streaming platforms of the interwebs. If you ever want to listen to it. If you don't, I don't blame you. But anyway. I also own a food pop-up that hopefully should be a food truck this year called Smash Boys. It's like a smash burger thing. Yeah, I cook, and yeah, that's that, yeah.
Sam, what's your Instagram handle? Is it I am Sam Stedman? Or I am Sam? I am Sam on Instagram. Give him a follow. And if you have not had one of his smash burgers, they're pretty life-changing. Even his grilled cheese is like, what do they put in this? You know. All right, who is next? We've got our artists, Ann Bow. Ann Bow? Yeah, come on.
Hi, I'm Ann Bao. I have lived in Chattanooga for the last 3 years, Wisconsin, a little bit warmer here. I'm a portrait and fine art photographer. I'm currently working on my Walls of Chattanooga series, which is kind of capturing the differences in the modern buildings we have and then some of those more old and textured buildings that we have. I mean, even in this area, you look around, we have like this building, which is brand new. And on the other side of the street, we have all this old weathered buildings. So trying to capture some of that history. You can find my work at In-Town Gallery. I have a permanent collection there that rotates pretty often. And then just give me a follow at Wandering Anbao. And then you're probably like, how do you spell that? It's ANHBAO, 2 first names. Cool. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Now we have our nonprofit, Sandy with Rise Up. Where are you at? Yeah, come on down. Everybody awkwardly stare at her while she's walking.
I have 6 kids. The eyes will not bother me. Hi, I'm Sandy Pricer. I'm the CEO founder of Rise Up Cooperative. We provide life and leadership workshops for teens and young adults. We go into schools and organizations to do things like leadership, job readiness, financial literacy, etc. We also have a large, or our annual fundraising event, Trivia Night, if you like trivia night, coming up in March, and we have Trivia Bingo at Be Caffeinated on Ken Street tomorrow. Today's Friday, right? Okay. That's what my calendar told me. I guess I should believe it. So tomorrow from 12 to 2, if you are out and about, come down to Be Caffeinated there, North Shore on Ken Street for Trivia Bingo. And if you want to learn more about us or volunteer with us, would love to talk to you. We have a table up there with cards, brochures. I am the only one that runs Rise Up, so any way you contact us, it'll come to me and I will respond. But give me grace, it might take a couple days. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now for Kyle from iFixit to talk about iFixit in this beautiful space. I'm ambushing you.
Hello. Well, thanks you all for coming. We're thrilled to have you. We set about to find. It was funny because Chris's dad, Charles, kind of recruited us to the area, and I told him I was looking for a building that was falling down, and he did that for us, which is great. So this space was not great before. Hopefully you like what we've done with it. iFixit's mission is to enable everybody to fix all their stuff. So if you have something broken in your life, whether it's a toaster or a phone that needs a new battery, we can help. iFixit is a free online repair guide, so you can think about us like Wikipedia for fixing things. We have step-by-step instructions how to put a new battery in your phone or how to fix an ice maker. Ice makers break a lot. So my number one advice is like, don't get an ice maker. But then if you do have an ice maker, they can be fixed. And so we sell like 300 different ice makers on iFixit. So the information's all free, and then we sell repair parts to back it up. And so behind us, over there, is our warehouse where we distribute parts all over the country. We started in California. This is our East Coast hub, and we are thrilled to be in town. And it's been a lot of fun being here working with White Oak. So we set up a bike distribution facility for transportation for some of the homeless folks. So the White Oak folks are amazing. They fix bikes up in Red Bank, and then they bring them here, and then we distribute them to all the organizations around here. And that's been very fun. And then we are tinkering with maps. So we got transportation maps. We would like it if there was wouldn't it be nice if there was a map where you could see where is it safe to bike in Chattanooga? Turns out there wasn't such a map, and so we are making one, and that's what's on the table there. And no one has seen this before today. We printed them like last night. So very interested in feedback, and if you can look at the map, like the fastest way, if you've noticed this in life, the fastest way to get feedback is to show people something that is slightly wrong. And so that is this map. So please do look at this map and tell us everything we did wrong, and we will fix it. This is version 0.01 of the Chattanooga Bike Map, which we're excited about. So thrilled to be here in the community, having lots of fun. And it's important to be in a place with good coffee. So Chris has us set up well in that regard. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, that is, I believe, all the introductions other than the final one, which is our speakers for today. What what has it been, like 3 or 4 years now, probably, since we first started working with Blake at White Oak Bicycle Co-op. It started just as like both kind of people in the community and started working together with stuff, and then Becaffeinated became a drop-off point for them. And it turned into this really awesome friendship, partnership. Blake actually came on at some point in the last like year or so as one of the owners of New Wave Coffee Roasters, which is our roastery. So not only do we work with them as the nonprofit partners, but like literally business partners. So if you like Becaffeinated coffee, Blake has a very strong hand in why you like it. So that's really cool, and the stuff they do is just insane. And if you ever live in Red Bank or go to Red Bank or anything like that, or been to like Christmas Parade or Jubilee, Blake also has a hand in making sure that those things are fun and cool too. So yeah, White Oak Bicycle Co-op's awesome. Today we've got Blake and Ben that's gonna talk to us about who they are, what they do, and a lot of other cool stuff. And thanks for all you do.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity to be up here today. Sam, always enjoy your music. Sam, in 2021, started working with us and did a benefit for us where we were able to raise funds to buy 100 helmets for children. So thank you, Sam, for using your talents to support our work. So as Chris mentioned, 5 years ago, it was about a year after two guys started this coffee shop in Red Bank in Old Central Park. Some other guys got together in a garage in Red Bank as we've been sitting home from COVID and started repairing bikes with the idea of, hey, kids are not being active as they used to be. We're not seeing kids moving as much. Physical activity's down. Screen time is up. Let's just see if we can get some bikes and give it out to kids. And so it worked. And what become of that effort is now a regional organization that distributes last year 769 bikes. We had over 4,000, thank you. We had over 4,000 people come through our education programs, and that's at schools, community, at the Jubilee, the Christmas Parade, everywhere where we're bringing in kids and adults and then bringing them into riding a bike. And so there's a lot of great things and joy that comes out of that, especially on the kids side when you're seeing, kids getting their first bike or getting that bike that fits them properly and they're going out and riding it. And it brings back the memories of when we were kids and receiving that first bike. I hear that story a lot. And so as an organization that grew focused on kids, we also saw another need in the community that really came out of COVID, and that was the need for bikes for transportation. We started by going over to the community kitchen and volunteering and repairing bikes. Every other Tuesday, anyone can walk into the basement of the kitchen and get their bicycle repaired for free. The only requirement is you have to take the lock off the bike. That experience opened my eyes to the need of the folks who are currently unhoused, those coming out of alcohol and drug rehab, those getting out of jail, who now are trying to start over, trying to take that transition in life to start something new. And one of the first things when you walk into an agency, you're going to be handed a sheet of paper, and it's going to tell you the 10 things that you need to do. And one of those things could be go to homeless health care, get your medication, go downtown, get your driver's license. Variety of different tasks that individuals need to accomplish as they begin to get their life together. But one of the lacking things that we found was a way to get the individuals to those places. If we read the paper, we see that our public transportation is not necessarily in a good shape right now. We see housing prices and rent going up astronomically across Chattanooga, which is pushing people further and further and further away from those public, transportation lines. And so what we try to do with White Oak in our work is, and what we saw was a bike can be a solution to that. Something that may be sitting in your basement or in your shed with a flat tire with dust covering on it is an opportunity for someone to come off the streets and get to a job and get out of that. And so every Monday night, volunteers gather together in Red Bank, and we look at bikes not as what their value is financially. We look at them, how will they impact the individual that receives this? And we will never see those individuals because we provide the bikes directly to the agencies. And the agencies are the ones that we are here to support because they are doing the work. If any of you, the Regional Outreach Cooperative, which is the ROC, they are doing the work. They are the ones who are going out to the camps, the bridges, the underpasses, everywhere that none of us wants to go, and they're trying to get people out of that situation and bring them out. And one of the ways to do that, if you show up with a bike, or if you show up with a nurse, or if you show up with a shower, those type of little things that every single day in our life we take for granted. We wake up, we all drove here, we took a shower, everything was great. That's not the case for everyone. And so through our work, we provide transportation at no cost to pretty much every agency here in Chattanooga that needs it, who are working with clients that do not have a means for transportation. And so we get them that and get them set up. But one of the things as a volunteer organization that we faced was our agencies are open 9 to 5, we're working 9 to 5. It could take 1 to 2 weeks for our schedules to align in order for us to get the bike to the individual or to the agency. And so it always been this idea, how can we improve this? How can we improve this? Well, we have improved it in a very, very simple way. And that solution was a shipping container. If you have time after this is over and would like to see, we'll open it up. It's called the Bike Box. It's on the back end of the building right here. It's painted blue. You won't be able to miss it. And what that is our distribution center. So as Kyle mentioned, on Monday nights, we repair bikes. On Wednesday morning, we drive them over here and we load this shipping container up. And throughout the week, agencies are coming over here whenever they need it. So no longer if they have someone sitting in front of them, then they say, hey, I have you clothing, I have you food, I have you a place to stay, and give me 5 minutes. I'm going to 12th Street. I'm going to get you a bike, and you're going to be set up today, not 2 weeks from now. And that kind of change, that little short change, is really changing the impact that the agencies are able to have in the people's lives, because now we're getting that critical piece and we're getting it to the people effectively, efficiently, and it's wide open for them to do it. So right now, I guess before I turn it over here to Ben, I will make an ask. We need bikes. That's pretty much what I ask everyone. Your bike is the solution to someone's problems. And what we're gonna do with that bike, we're gonna take it in, we're gonna refurb it, and we're gonna put over here in the Bike Box, and the Chatt Foundation, the court system, the city of Chattanooga, Welcome Home, all the other agencies that are doing work are gonna come in here and get that and connect it to the individuals. So if you have a dusty bike sitting around, or if you know someone that does, we have 12 or 13 different donation locations. It's the main thing on our website when you go to whiteoakbicycle.org. Send your bikes over, and we'll make sure that that gets plugged in and be a part of the solution of getting folks the transportation they need at one of the hardest moments of their lives. So I'm going to turn it over here to Ben. And Ben is our operations guru in all things White Oak. And he joined us this year, over the summer. And then part-time fully this January. So Ben, share with us some of the wonderful work you're doing.
Yeah, thanks, Blake. So I'm super grateful to work at White Oak. I started there in June of last year, and I'm very passionate about transportation. 30% of Americans don't drive. That's a number that we don't really think about, because those people tend to be hidden behind what we see every day. That could be, they don't drive for many different reasons. Kind of like Blake was saying, maybe they don't have a driver's license, maybe they can't afford a car, maybe they can't afford car insurance or gas money, or maybe they just are new to the country and they haven't gotten their driver's license yet. One of our biggest partner, who received bikes from us every 2 weeks, Bridge Refugee Services, we took 11 to 12 bikes there every 2 weeks, and then they'd give those out to the families that they serve. Of course, they're on a pause right now due to federal funding, but that sort of work makes my job so meaningful. I see people every day. I drive around town and I see people on bikes that I fixed, and that's huge. So yeah, every Monday night, I work with volunteers. I go out in the morning. I go to our 12 amazing donation locations, and I pick up the bikes that people like you have donated. And then I take them to the shop and then help fix them up. And that's super fun. And then that Bikes for Transportation, I get to see that every day when I drive around. And it's super meaningful to be a part of the solution to that transportation problem. So your donation can help us with that. I see a big part of my role here to also advocate for safer cycling. If we're giving away 63 bikes from that bike box, that's 63 more people this year who are riding on these streets. And so that means that there's 63 more people riding on these streets, sort of advocating through just bikes on the road for safer cycling, so that 30% of Americans can ride safely, because our transportation system, as it is designed right now, is not safe for those riders. So thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to talk to you today. And I'm super grateful for our volunteers, our community partners, and the amazing work that they help us do. So thanks.
All right, we still got a good amount of time. Are y'all down if anybody has any questions or anything? Cool. So does anybody have any questions or anything? I'll give you about, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's more than 12 donation locations. But yeah, any of the Becaffeinateds, let's see, quite a few bike shops, East Ridge Bicycles, Suck Creek, REI, and then a few recycling centers as well. So, but they're all on the website. It's nice if you just shoot them a call before you drop them off, but it's all on the website. Absolutely. We see volunteers like that all the time, and anything, a lot of different work that we do in the bike shop, not just working on bikes. We need volunteers to help. So there's lots of things to do, be that sort tires, or we can also help show you how to work on bikes, which is something I'm really excited about as well. And you can learn to work on a bike on. For typically it's a just show up thing, which is fun. That's in at our bike shop in Red Bank, just on Linden Avenue. We have the Monday night shop night, and then we do certain repair events. Like tomorrow, I'm at the Chatt Labs Repair Cafe doing free bike repair from 11 to 3 p.m. And volunteers, that is kind of helpful, but that's kind of a sign up as necessary. And that's a super cool event that we're also trying to be a part of. We're putting out so many bikes to the streets and sort of flooding the market. And a lot of these people can't go to your traditional bike shop. So something that I'm trying to think about is, how do these bikes stay on the road? How do they keep helping that person make their life better? And that is a free repair event. So we're trying to do the Chatt Labs Repair Cafe every third Saturday, and then also some pop-up repair events so that we can keep those bikes on the road.
Can I pitch the Repair Cafe real fast? Okay, so if you have something in your life that is broken, doesn't need to be a bike, anything, at Chatt Lab, which is at the Business Incubation Center on Cherokee on North Shore, every third Saturday, which is tomorrow, you can come and bring anything. Last month I was there, I brought a microwave. We fixed a GameCube. Someone brought a t-shirt press. You bring a toaster, whatever it is. Bring a broken thing and someone will help you take it apart and fix it. It's very fun. Every month, it's a great community event, and you also get to see the cool makerspace. So if there's something in your life that's broken that you want to tackle, but you're intimidated, there is someone who knows how to fix anything. Sewing machines, you name it. We can fix literally anything. Jewelry, we fix necklaces, we can fix anything.
And bikes. So it's just a nonprofit. So we are supported by a state grant that pays for some of our employee costs. And then if we get 10 bikes donated, maybe 5 to 6 of them are repairable to get sent out the door to be ridden again. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. But then the rest of the bikes that have too many things broken, we can take the parts off and reuse them to go on the bikes that are to be ridden. So we recycle all of our stuff. And so that keeps our costs super low. When we send a bike out the door, it costs about $20, $25, which is a huge thing. And that's just because we recycle all of our parts. So we have a huge parts room, and that keeps our costs low. So we also have sort of monthly donors, and we seek grants as well. So total nonprofit. We're not in it, as Blake said. We don't want to assign value to these bikes because that sort of disrupts our mission, which is the transformative power of the bicycle on somebody's life. We don't want to put a number on that.
Sweet. Awesome. Thanks, man. Thank you. All right. Let's give another hand for them real quick. Yeah, if you have a bike that you don't want, or even one that you do want but not a lot, you should give it to them. And then, since today's Valentine's Day, I don't know if they can do this, but if your heart gets broken today, you can go to the repair lab tomorrow, get it fixed. Yeah, so thank you all for coming to February's coffee break. It would do my ego well if you keep laughing at those jokes later today. Just keep thinking about, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we do this every month except for when it snows or other cataclysmic events. It's the second Friday of every month. We rotate the venues, keep it fresh, and try and highlight as many local businesses and spots as possible. We always have a local artist, local musician, local nonprofit, usually some sort of local speaker, panel, group activity, whatever it is. Maybe one of these days we'll do a coffee break pickleball tournament, we'll see. And so if you're ever interested in hosting one of these, please reach out to us on Instagram. And that's a good segue into, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, please do. It's Coffee Break Chattanooga. Yeah, Coffee Break Chattanooga. We also have a website called happycoffeebreak.com. That's where we put all of the upcoming venue details, people, etc. And on our Instagrams, we also tag everyone that shows up so that you can follow them. Yeah, so if you have a space that you think would be a good spot for a venue, please let us know because we're still filling that out. We've got all of our artists and musicians already filled out for the rest of the year because we have awesome partnerships with Walnut Publishing and Be the Change Collective, who funnel us all of that. And our main roadblock for good venues is free parking. So if you have a good space and a lot of free parking like this, that's great because everyone hates to pay for parking. I especially do. Yeah, and so my final challenge today for you is meet someone that you haven't met today before you leave. I've said this before here, but there's a lot of new faces. Who here, this is your first coffee break? That's insane. Very cool. All right, thanks for coming, y'all. This is cool. So yeah, I have this rule that I like that's called the 80-20 rule, and it's not the one you're thinking of. It's another one that I made up. I just stole the name because people will remember it. So I have really bad anxiety, and I don't really like talking to people, but I'm also an extrovert, which is a terrible combination. And so one day I figured out how to hack my brain to where, so I like talking to people I already know. It's the new people that kind of scares me. So now when I go to stuff like this, I try and meet a couple new people, but all percent of the time talk to people that I already know. And so the cool thing is next time, the people I met will be people I already know, right? So then there's less anxiety. So if you talk to 10 people today, 2 people should be new, and then the other 8 can just be, people that you already know. So who here has already met someone that you didn't know? Nice. I'm gonna be really mean. Who here hasn't met someone that you didn't already know? All right, I found you. You gotta meet someone that you don't know before you leave. And anyone else that I didn't see, yeah, my wife Jasmine, you have to meet someone too. So yeah, if you haven't met Jasmine, go talk to her after this. I'm just kidding, don't do that, she'll kill me later. But yeah, follow us on Instagram. It's a lot of fun. We always have a great time. I think this is one of my favorite ones we've done. Actually, it is. It's really cool. And my final thing, and then I'll stop. So White Oak has their really cool shipping container on the side of the building over here, which is where they bring the bikes that other local partners and nonprofits can come and pick up. And they've graciously said yes to my request to show y'all it if you're interested. So they're gonna, at least one of them is gonna hang out. So like if you go out and just hang a right, it's at the very end of the parking lot over there. It's the only shipping container, you'll know when you see it. It's a really cool thing to see. It's where, it's just a really cool system and they've figured it out and they're really smart. So I encourage you to go check that out before you leave because they're doing some awesome stuff. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you in March. And have a good day, have a good Valentine's Day, and remember, if your heart gets broken, go fix it at the Repair Cafe tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.